Hello Gemini, this is Angel Eye 7 Tarot with your weekly reading for October 9th through the 15th. This is a general reading, so please check your sun, moon, and rising signs for more clarity. I'm using the Fairy Tarot again by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. As I was shuffling off camera, these are the cards that came out for you on their own while I was shuffling. However they come out is how I place them, this being the first, second, and then third card. And then if they come out upright, I leave them upright. If they come out face down, I leave them face down. All right, let's get started on your reading. The first card that came out for you is the Six of Autumn, which is the Six of Pentacles in the traditional tarot. And it says, the good you do comes back to you, an unexpected inflow of money, borrowing wisely, and repaying a debt. This is a card of generosity, and like the card says, you know, what you put out, you receive back at an even greater amount. So during this week, remember, don't get caught up. I feel like with this one, it's saying it has to do with money. Obviously, it's a Pentacles or an Autumn card. Don't be worried about, like, say, you know, when we don't have a lot of money, or we're broke, or things aren't going as well as you'd like them to financially, you get into this state where you're afraid to spend money. You're afraid, it's like a fear that you hold on to. And the thing is when, you know, when you spend money, you attract money. And obviously, you know, don't go out like, you know, shopping sprees and stuff like that, spending money you don't need. But spending money you don't have and making things worse, you know. If you need something, you know, get it. And you will be, like, have faith that you will be taken care of. Have faith that that money will come back to you. Have faith that things will be fine. You know, it isn't always a card about generosity. It is about, you know, putting out into the universe. And then, you know, what you put out, you bring back to you. Okay? That's what I'm trying to say with this card. All right, let's see what you have for your second card. You have the Seven of Summer, okay? And it says, no more procrastinating. Your power comes from making a decision. Confusion that arises from overanalyzing the options. And this is the Seven of Cups in the traditional tarot. And this is a card of sometimes illusion, but in this particular deck, it's a to me it symbolizes thinking too much. You're just, you know, you're thinking too much about something when you should just make a decision and do it, you know. And I feel like with these two together, you're afraid of, you know, spending. You're worried about your money. You're thinking too much about it. But don't, you know, always, this is what I do, you know, like, I've had experiences where I just, you know, I'm afraid to spend money because what if something happens? What if something, you know, there's something unexpected I have to pay for? But always, you know, always provide yourself with the things that you need. You know, if you need something, you need it, okay? And don't, you know, don't be afraid that if you can't, when we live in fear all the time, even if it's just fear of, you know, just those kinds of things, something happening and us not being able to take care of it, it like compounds and makes things worse. And so when you take that out of your mind, you know, I need this, I'm going to get it, it's, you know, things do come back to you. You are taken care of. Okay. And then for your last card, you have the Six of Summer, which is the Six of Cups, which is another Cups card. You have two here. It says, children or childhood, the return of people or romances from your past, remembering events differently in a better or worse light than how they really occurred. And this is a card of reminiscing, thinking back to, different experiences you have in your life, thinking about people that you used to love. Sometimes it can be, people coming back into your life. But with these three together, you could be, for this week, you could be having an emotional reaction to lack. And with the Six of Cups, Six of Summer, Six of Cups, you could be, thinking of a time where you were able to, be generous, take care of, like, you weren't worried about money. You could take care of your family, provide yourself with the things you needed, and you had no worries. Like, it was just, everything was always fine. Okay, and with the Seven of Cups, Seven of Summer in the center, you're really just, like, thinking too much about, there's too many thoughts going through your mind about what could happen. What if I spend money here and then something else happens and I don't have it, and it's unnecessary. If there are things you need them. And I feel for this week, even if it's not about money, if it's even like, giving of your time or giving of your, emotional support, and you're not, like, maybe there's a situation where, someone does come back from the past and you're not sure, you're thinking too much about, giving too much, should I give them my time? Should I, anything. Like, it'll be different for everyone, and, you'll know what I'm talking about, on a personal level. But it could be something like that. The Six of Autumn is a card of giving, and it's also a Pentacles card, so it has to do with your everyday life, has to do with money. So, if there's anything, like, if there's anything you need, always put out, into the universe what, you need as well. If you see someone in need, even like cooking them a meal or donating your clothes, that's still giving, and those things come back to you, okay? And so for this week, give what you can. Don't overthink things. If it needs to be done, do it. And I feel like this is more of either thinking back to a time where things were better, or someone coming back, still. Don't think too much about the past, think about the future. Give what you can. If someone comes back, follow your gut. Don't overthink it. Just do what you feel is the right thing. All right, Gemini, that was a longer reading than everyone else, but I had a lot, that I felt I needed to say with these. All right, so I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it resonated. If it did, please let me know. And I'm sending you all my love.